Three, two, one. Welcome to the show, Eddie. I am so excited we get to talk today.
Same here, Desiree. It's a pleasure, and it's Edie.
Oh, okay. We'll say that over again.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show, Edie. I'm so excited to have you.
Thanks, Desiree. It's a pleasure to be here.
All right. So tell us, why YouTube?
Um, that's a good question. I started on YouTube probably back in 2014, even though I had started my business a number of years earlier than that. And I actually was not using it the way that you were supposed to be using it.
Okay.
I actually was using it sort of like a dumping ground. It was like my hosting site. It was where I was putting the videos that I was creating that I wanted to use as examples of what I could do for my clients. And I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't actually utilizing the strength that YouTube had, which was its number one, a search engine.
Yeah.
And so none of my videos were getting the kinds of views that I was seeing all these other people getting. And I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Why am I not getting my videos seen? And then the more that I sort of delved into it and researched it and saw that there were a couple of YouTubers that were doing courses on it, I then realized I was completely using it incorrectly. So I went about trying to figure out how I needed to use it so that I could get views for my YouTube channel like everybody else was.
Okay. So then tell us, what is your YouTube channel about?
My YouTube channel is basically for newbies that are introducing themselves to their business and they want to use YouTube and video as a means to get their business name and the services that they provide out there.
Mm-hmm.
So it is really crafted for DIYers who want to use affordable tools and they want them to be easy to use and easy to learn tools. And so that's what they can find on my YouTube channel. I'm a huge fan of doing things simple and easy and not having overly complicated tools or methods in order to get something done. So if I find a tool that I've used and it's really easy to use and it was easy to learn, then I will create videos on that. Or in some instances, brands will reach out to me and say, here's, fill in the blank, and would you mind doing a video on it? And once I've sort of vetted it and seen that it is something that is categorized as either easy to use or easy to learn, then it appears on my channel.
I love that.
Yeah.
So walk us through what this journey has been like for you. What have been some struggles that you have faced and how have you been able to overcome them?
The first struggle was not using YouTube the way that I needed to use it. So that was struggle number one because I wanted to get exposure for my business and I wasn't getting it because I wasn't using YouTube correctly. And so there was this struggle of trying to figure out, what do I need to do in order to get my videos found? I didn't understand the process because if anybody remembers when YouTube first started, it was sort of like a goofy place where you put really wacky videos. It wasn't something that businesses were actually using as a method to get their video, their business found and seen. And so as that shifted and changed, people started using it a lot differently. And I still wasn't using it the way that I needed to. So once I learned how to do that, that was the first hurdle that I was able to overcome. Then the second thing was really just sort of recognizing that there's a method to the process of trying to get found on YouTube because of the fact that it is a search engine. You needed to really craft your videos in such a way that it encouraged people to click on your thumbnail or because of the title of your video. And then once they were there, you really needed to figure out a way, well, okay, they're watching my video and maybe they're watching multiple videos of mine on my YouTube channel, but I still don't know who the heck they are. So how do I figure out on getting that information?
Mm-hmm.
And so then you needed to make sure that you had some sort of a call to action that would drive traffic from your YouTube channel to an email list where you then had free reign to market to them to your heart's content on whatever your services were. So it took a while for me to do that. I didn't do that in the traditional, I didn't start now. I started before a lot of people were doing a lot of courses on it. So it was trial and error. It was just sort of doing it as I went. And then finally I was able to figure out what the method was. And the other challenges that I had was I was not somebody that was comfortable on camera. My background all of my life had been, if there is a camera anywhere, I'm hiding from it. You know, I'm going in the background not to be seen. And when I worked in video production and film, I was always the assistant to the producer, director, or I was working as a production coordinator or whatever. So I was never in front of the camera. And so that was a huge hurdle that I had to get over, which was just being comfortable on camera. And it took a while. And I have to say to anybody that's uncomfortable with the thought of being on camera, first start off with just getting comfortable with your voice. So just do screen recordings or anything that just requires your voice only. And then slowly but surely let yourself maybe be just a few moments in the video until you get to the point where you're comfortable being on a video from start to finish.
I love all of those things.
Yeah.
So let's talk about what you discovered to get your videos found. So I think a lot of the issues that our listeners run into when they're creating content is like figuring out like what content do I need to create and how do I make sure that it gets in front of the people that are going to watch it, so then YouTube finds more of those people to watch it.
Right.
Walk us through what you have found is working now to help your videos have growth and success.
Right. First, it's understanding who your audience is. So if you have a business, because that's usually my target audience is people that are starting their business. Obviously, when you start your business, you have to craft some sort of a client avatar or something that just gives you an understanding of who your target audience is and what their specific needs are. So with YouTube, you have to go a little bit further in not only understanding what their needs are, but when they have a pain point, how are they searching for that pain point? What are the words that they're using when they go to Google and they type in, how do you fill in the blank? What are the words that they're actually saying? Because those are the things that you need to have a clear understanding on so that you can create content using the words that your ideal audience is using when they're struggling with that pain point. So once you're able to figure that out, I use a tool called Morning Fame. And I will type in there whatever the question or the subject matter is, and I will get from that tool the optimized title that I need to use for my upcoming video. And so once I know what that is, then I can craft everything else around that. You can then do your script, you can do your custom thumbnail, and you can figure out visually what that video is going to be. A lot of my videos are either me talking to the camera for a portion of the time, and then it cuts to screen recording, or it's just a full screen recorded video, because I'm usually showing them how to use a tool or a platform or software or something like that.
Got you. And I get that wholeheartedly because I do that a lot on my channel, showing people how to do different things in social media networks and having these one-on-one conversations with my audience. So I get you. I get your content because I make content like your content. So you said something really interesting that I love, which is identifying what their pain point is and then searching for how they would search for it.
Right.
I think that this is an incredibly underlooked tip because there's like how we want to word things and like but then there's also like how people know or don't know something. Right. I ran into this a lot with social media stuff where it's like, how do I do this thing on Facebook? And oftentimes people don't know what that term is or what that is, or same with Instagram or social media in general. And so I love that you're able to do that. How do we figure out those words? What are some ways that we can kind of hack people's minds a little to understand, like, how are they searching for stuff? How are they finding stuff? How are they going to find our content with their typing words?
Yeah, there's a number of ways that you can do it. If you are I don't want to say established company, but if you've been in business for a little bit, then you obviously have some sort of following or clientele. So obviously the no-brainer is to ask them. Just say, what are your pain points? What is it that caused you to seek me out? Why are you working with me? What was the struggle that you had? And get their words specifically of what it is that they said. Another way that you can do it is go onto social media. Something that I did in the earlier days when I was on Facebook was I would go into groups that I knew targeted my audience, and I would ask questions in there. and see what they responded with. Or you could actually be in a group that is, and I'm scared to say this, a competitor of yours, but it's really a peer, and see what kinds of questions are coming up, what kinds of questions are being asked of them, and how are they phrasing those questions. So all you would need to do, you don't need to try to poach their clients, all you need, or potential clients, all you need to do is find out how are they asking about their problem, how are they phrasing the wording on what their pain point is. And then another way that you could do it, if you have an existing email list, is also to take a survey of your existing clients and asking them to fill out and answer like 5 different questions, and see if you can zero in on that. And then another way is the most inexpensive way without buying any sort of tool is to go to YouTube directly and just type in whatever your keyword term is and then see what auto populates or what auto completes in there, because whatever's in there, that's popular search terms that are being typed in currently on YouTube. And you can do the same for Google. But there are some free tools, or maybe they used to be free and now they cost a little bit more now, but there are some tools that you can use that will help sort of minimize the amount of time that you're going to spend trying to figure out what the pain points are for people.
And here we have a really fantastic podcast partner in vidIQ. And what I love about vidIQ is they study the data of your channel so that they can help you like with identifying like these are the keywords that you should be creating content around. That help you like with like these are questions people are asking. This is what YouTube is saying people are searching for. And so it helps make things a lot easier for you so that you can very easily know what should I be making, what content will work, what keyword should I do. Because then what's great is you can click on it in vidIQ and it takes you to a keyword search thing. It not only gives you like a grade and how good this was, it also tells you other related keywords that also can perform well with it. And then what videos are being made recently from these. So you can kind of make sure you're aligning your content correctly. So there's a lot of really great options out there too. And you can start with vidIQ for free. Just go to womenofyoutube.com/vidIQ and you can get on your merry way.
Yeah. And they have a new feature, don't they, with daily ideas?
Yes.
So you can get those and just sort of, hit, miss, or I forgot what the what the choices are. If you like it, you click on it. And if you don't,
it's basically like a heart or an X. So, and it tells you like, this is good. This is not
good. So that's right? An excellent idea. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's one of my favorite, if not my actual favorite feature within vidIQ, because I mean, I make 2 videos a week. Like it's a lot of work. Like, what do I got to post now? What do I got to do now? And it really helps me keep my channel relevant, and it can for you guys as well who are listening. So, okay. So now I would like to talk about my favorite topic when it comes to YouTube, and that's business and money. So you had said you were using YouTube as a dumping ground, which a lot of people get started in that way, as a place to like have videos for clients to watch or drip campaigns and like people to have that reference point. But what I would love to know is like, once you start taking YouTube seriously and what do you do for money? How have you been able to build out your business with YouTube?
Right. So I use YouTube as a tool in my marketing campaign. So it was along the lines of how you would use Facebook and Instagram. And now I do a lot of social media on LinkedIn. And so with my YouTube channel, what it does, even though my channel is targeting DIYers, and not for my one-on-one, because I offer now 2 types of services. I offer services to DIYers, and I also offer services to my one-on-ones. So most of my videos have some sort of a call to action where you're going to be able to download a checklist or a guide or a toolkit or something. And so that way I'm building my email list, and from my email list, I can then target them a little bit more specifically in terms of what their needs are. But in general, my channel by itself, regardless of whether I am targeting DIYers or not, has been able to generate an income for me by clients just or prospective clients reaching out to me based on just seeing my videos and then hiring me specifically for consultation work. I tend to get consultation jobs from my directly from my channel versus for my one-on-one service because I'm not marketing my one-on-one service on there. So they don't even know that I offer that. And so it has definitely had an impact on my business by me being able to use this tool, because the great thing about YouTube is the fact that if you have a video that you've posted today and it's relevant today, and there's a lot of people that need to have that content, there's going to be a whole lot of people that still need it a month from now, a year from now, 5 years from now. So I'll have videos that are 4 or 5 years old, and people are still commenting and engaging and asking questions about it. So that's the genius about YouTube that I think differentiates it from all other platforms, because your video on all other platforms gets lost, disappears after 24 hours or, whatever the length of time is. Whereas it lives on YouTube, even though it is a social platform, just like all the others, that's tomorrow it could not exist anymore, but so can the other ones. So if you're going to utilize the other platforms, then you really need to utilize YouTube to its fullest potential.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I think you and I have had incredibly similar YouTube journeys. And that's like how you're using YouTube is exactly how I'm using YouTube. So I'm going to
Mhm,
ask this question as a follow up to,
mhm,
so you're using YouTube as a lead source for your business.
mhm.
What are your other income streams that have been able to be presented to you, to your channel, because of what you're doing?
Well, the income streams that I have right now are my one-on-one services. And like I said, a lot of that comes directly from YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
A normal no-brainer income stream is obviously referrals.
Yeah.
Anybody that's worked with me will refer me to a colleague. And then another way is on the other social media platforms, particularly now I'm on LinkedIn. I decided to sort of just focus on one besides YouTube. And then the last way is through networking. And that has actually worked a lot, especially since COVID started. So it's sort of ramped up a little bit more, and I am getting a lot more business now through networking. But all of those areas are the way that I bring income into my business right now.
Do you have any plans for creating like a digital product or a course? Are you doing anything with sponsorships, ad revenue? Like, are any of those additional revenue streams for
Yeah,
you?
I do have ad sponsorships, two right now, and I'm planning on expanding that. And then I'm about to launch at the end of this month or the beginning of next month a digital course for the first time. I've not done that before, so I will be doing that. It's a new opportunity for me to try and test my waters in the digital course arena. So yeah, I'll be doing that hopefully at the end of this month, beginning of next.
I absolutely love that. I always love knowing how people make money so that people know the options are available to them no matter
Yeah,
what their business industry is. So
yeah. And one more thing on that in terms of, because I do have clients that will reach out to me, whether they're consultation or one-on-one, and they'll
mhm.
talk about wanting to immediately get their channel monetized because they're like, oh my God, I need to make money. I need to make money. And the reality is, it's in some instances, it's not going to happen as fast as you would ideally like it to happen. And even once it does happen, doesn't mean that you're going to have all this bales of money coming in, and that you don't need to rely on getting approved by YouTube in order to use your channel to make money. You can, which is another thing that I do, and I completely forgot to mention, is that I always have affiliate links in my video descriptions, because I'm either talking about a tool that I'm an affiliate for, or I'm using tools or equipment or what have you. And then I will always list that in my description, and I do make money
Mhm.
that way from the myriad of affiliate programs that I'm a part of.
I love that. And I think that affiliate marketing is so interesting because when you can do it right, it can be so incredibly lucrative
Mhm.
for you, especially if you can get in on something kind of early a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's just amazing
Yeah.
what is able to happen for you.
Yeah.
So, what do you think is the most important thing anyone getting started with YouTube should be doing?
Um, the first thing is really just understanding what your expectations should be. Don't come into this if at the end of the day you want to be immediately going viral.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think that you need to have an understanding of how do you plan to use YouTube. I did not come into this arena with the expectation of becoming a mega influencer or someone that was going to be going viral with every single video that I posted. I specifically created my YouTube channel as a tool to market my business. So if that's your goal, then you need to understand what the expectations are for you on that. It's going to take work on your part for you to be consistent with posting content that your ideal audience wants to see and being as consistent as you can be. Now, I know that some people are doing multiple videos a week. That may not be for them.
Mm-hmm.
And you may want to only do one, or you may want to do, 2 videos a month or whatever schedule you choose, be consistent with it. Be consistent with the type of content that you're going to be creating and understand that it's not just about posting the video on YouTube and then walking away. YouTube by itself cannot do it without you assisting by sharing it with your list, sharing it on other social media platforms, having it in as an email signature on your email that you just send out every day, telling people about it, always constantly marketing your channel and letting people know that you have a channel and the kinds of content that you have on it.
That's deep. That's good.
Yeah.
What do you think becomes then the most overlooked detail or mistake that a lot of YouTubers will make?
I think the overlooked mistake is that they assume, okay, well, I created a YouTube channel, I've been posting, and nothing's happening. What's wrong? I thought this thing was supposed to, go viral or get my video seen. And that's when I will tell them, well, were you sharing it? Were you, is it optimized correct? Like make sure that you've checked off every single check mark. Not only does it have a clickable thumbnail, does it have a title that is engaging, that is really going to make people click on it? Is it a video that's going to keep your audience's attention? Are you sharing that video on
Mm-hmm.
all of your other platforms? That seems to be the thing that is always the missing link when I ever encounter anybody that's telling me, well, I've been trying YouTube and it's not working for me. That usually is number one reason why it's not working for them.
So then share with us, what mistakes have you made on your channel along your journey besides like using it wrong that we could possibly learn from?
Well, it was not having a full understanding of all of the different things that I needed to do
Mm-hmm.
in order to get success right out of the bat. I kind of piecemeal did it, where at first I realized, okay, you're putting up the wrong kinds of content. Then it was, oh, I need to really super understand what my audience wants, and therefore title it based on how my audience speaks or how they would be searching for something, making sure that I am doing the right kinds of thumbnails, that they're going to grab the attention. It's not going to be clickbait. It's not going to display something different than what my video is going to be about, but it needs to really exemplify my video. It would be beneficial if I'm on the thumbnail, which was the thing that I did not like doing at
Mm-hmm.
first. So that took me a while. So everything was sort of trial and error and experimenting and seeing what I needed to do. The vast majority of a lot of my videos to start with, I didn't have a call to action. I just was like, okay, I'll give you all of the information that you need. And then I wasn't like, okay, well, you didn't give them a thing to do when the video was finished. So, it took a while. I don't remember how many years it was before I then started adding calls to action to my videos. So I made a lot of mistakes, and I'm still learning every day. I'm learning about different things that I need to do. But fortunately for me, because of my desire to help my audience, and the fact that I was consistent, the fact that I was creating content that they actually needed. And in some instances, which is a fluke, and I wouldn't necessarily say don't do it or do this. There were some instances where I just said, okay, well, this is an interesting thing. I've never seen this before. Let me do a video on it. And that video did really well. And that doesn't necessarily always happen, because what might be of interest to me may not necessarily be of interest to my audience. But you should experiment and see, what's going, if you want to try something, try it, because you never really know.
I love that. And I think that that's important to remember. We all make mistakes at every level. I mean, like the vidIQ channel just hit 1 million subscribers. And one of the videos they did leading up to that was about how they're literally losing views on their YouTube channel. It's just one of those things, like, and there's different reasons for it. And that's why you can't get complacent and you can't just get static. And for those of us who are in the social media space, we know like social media changes constantly.
Yeah.
There's always some new method you're supposed to use, some new feature you're supposed to use, some new thing you've got to figure out how to do. And YouTube, well, not nearly as fussy as Facebook or Instagram.
Right.
It still has things going on. They're always trying to improve the viewer experience while also keeping their creators happy. Yeah. It's a lot of feedback of studying what's happening on both ends. Like YouTube is the only platform that takes you as the creator's needs into account, in addition to what the viewers are wanting. And so it's just one of those like really awesome platforms that does that. But it's also just one of those things that's like, you have to take time in your week to study it. And if all fails, like you're already ahead of the game a little bit because y'all listen to this episode. Like, so high five to y'all for being here for that, because we're going to educate you along the way for sure.
Most definitely.
So I always love to do a little bit of rapid fire just to, get some extra information and do some quick questions. So first things first, what do you film with?
I actually use what I recommend for my clients. So it's either my Logitech webcam or my iPhone 11.
I love that. Yeah. Why do you recommend that? Just to keep it simple?
Keep it simple. And I encourage them to use what they have. I don't want them to have to go to the extra expense of going out and not only purchasing a camera, but then having to figure out how to use it.
I love that. That's huge. Who are your favorite female YouTube creators right now?
I love Sunny Lenarduzzi. Sorry. I think that she just has a really great rapport with her audience. And oh God, what is her name? Caitlin. I can't think of her last name now.
What's her content about?
Her content is on YouTube as well. I tend to follow a lot of YouTubers. And then the other one is Low Carb Love, where I'm very into keto these days.
Oh, nice.
So she does a lot of keto recipes. I'm also into food. So anything that's food related, I'm all over.
I love that. Who is your dream collaboration or partner for your channel?
Ooh, I've never thought of that. Well, I wouldn't mind collaborating with you.
Oh, well, we'll make that happen.
Yeah, I've never thought about that. That's interesting.
All right, well, I'll be your first and hopefully not your worst. What's some of your favorite videos on your channel that you've made so far?
My channel doesn't have like really funny or entertaining videos, but I would say the videos that I've liked the best were videos where I was able to share some sort of like cool technique or tool that my audience was always interested in how I did something. Like, for example, I use either Adobe Premiere or Camtasia to edit my videos. So it depends on what kinds of videos I'm doing. And even though, maybe some people may not consider Camtasia on the level of Premiere, it does have a lot of bells and whistles in it that I find really, really intriguing. And so I've done videos where they have this video effect or a visual effect where you can have yourself in a device. So it can be in a phone or it can be on a computer screen. And so I had done a number of videos that way, and I kept getting these comments. Well, how did you do that? How do I get to do that? And so I was able to sort of go behind the scenes and show them exactly how I was able to do that. And I was able to show them some examples, not just in the ones that they'd seen before, but some newer examples of how you could use that effect. So anytime I do videos like that, I love it, because it's just an opportunity to share with people that you don't need to have this expert experience or knowledge of like After Effects or, some elaborate software program in order to do something complex.
I love it. And what is the next YouTube goal you are looking forward to reaching?
I'm right now over 6,000 subscribers. So my next goal or milestone would be 10. And I'm going to get back to, I'm doing an experiment actually right now with my channel where I just wanted to see if I stopped being consistent and if I only did it once a month videos, what impact would that have? And obviously views drop because I don't have as many videos that are coming out, but my subscribers have not dropped. So I'm still picking up subscribers. It's just that the number of views have gone down. So I'm going to get back to my weekly videos again, starting in December.
Love that. You're going to do like Veda, vlog every day, and
No.
sorry, Vlogmas, vlog every day.
No.
You're like, no, I'm not crazy.
No.
I've done that. It's intense.
No.
So do you still think that there's room for new YouTube creators on the platform?
Oh, hell yes. Yeah, without a doubt. I think that even though there are probably more people using it now, especially since I think there was a bit of a shift with COVID, there were more people at home. So therefore they were watching it a little bit more. There's definitely room for all kinds of creators, because it's not just, even though my target audience are people who want to use YouTube to market their business, that doesn't need to be the reason why you're on YouTube. If you just want, you are a crafts person. I was talking to someone the other day who does these amazing paintings. I don't know if I can call it paintings with spray paint. You would never know that it was like, I still don't really understand how she does it. And I'm like, why aren't you doing a YouTube channel on this? So there are a lot of areas that still are available for people to jump on board, and it's not too late.
All right. Where can people follow you on the YouTube, Edie?
They can follow me at Virtually in Sync or Virtually in Sync 1, depending on how you type it in. If you're just doing a search in YouTube, you can just do Virtually in Sync, one word. But if you want to use the URL, it would be youtube.com/C/Virtually in Sync and the number 1.
Love that. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time, your brilliance, and congratulations on all your success with your YouTube channel. You and everyone listening are impossibly amazing. Until next week, we'll see you soon.
Thanks, Desiree.